groups less, and where any positive outcome is less likely.
Even Republicans expressing caution. Conservative Senator Tom Tillis saying, quote, obviously it's not going to happen. And Trump ally Lindsey Graham.
I think that'd be a tough place to be assigned if you're an American soldier. We'll see what the Arab world says, but, that'd be problematic at many, many levels.
Overnight, Secretary of State Marco Rubio posted in part that the U.S. is ready to, quote, make Gaza beautiful again. This would be an enormous undertaking, and notably the president's stunning proposal for the U.S. to take on such a historic humanitarian challenge for one of its most vulnerable populations comes just as the president and his team are dismantling the very agency, USAID, tasked with leading foreign aid and assistance projects around the globe. Savannah and Craig.
All right, Peter, thank you. Lots to chew on here. Let's get to NBC's chief foreign correspondent, Richard Engel. We, of course, covered this region for decades, lived there as well, Richard. So let's just start with the reaction that's coming in. We've already heard from the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia. How are world leaders, particularly in the Middle East, reacting?
So I've been speaking, Savannah, since this announcement came from President Trump with powerful leaders in the region, members of royal families, and the universal reaction was shock and horror. People don't believe this is feasible. They're not sure if Trump is serious, but they believe that this should not happen, that it would be destabilizing, that it would be the tantamount to ethnic cleansing in the region, because many Palestinians don't want to go. The neighboring countries, particularly Egypt and Jordan, don't want to take them in. So that would mean, in theory, if this were to go ahead, the U.S. military going in there and removing people with the barrel of a gun and putting them on some sort of buses and trains and sending them into countries where they don't want to go and countries where they're not welcome. There's a very simplistic argument that could be made that, sure, it makes a lot of sense. You've got an area that has been destroyed. You've got more than 2 million people living there without basic services. So why wouldn't they want to go someplace else where they can have a better life and create an opportunity to rebuild the territory? But the question is, President Trump talks about making this a Riviera in the Middle East. For whom? For Palestinians or for Israelis? Palestinians certainly believe if there is going to be any kind of reconstruction there under the Trump's perspective, it would be for the Israelis, and that the Palestinians would be displaced and never be allowed to return to their homes or their homeland.
Richard, this idea that the president